Hello all, peace be upon each one of you. Welcome to AIKTC Open Courseware. This is Open Source Technology Lab and my name is Sabdesh Khan. Today we shall be learning about Lambda functions in Python. So the flow would be something like this. First we'll see Lambda functions explanation. Then we'll learn about filter, map and reduce functions in Python. And then lastly we'll see a Python program which will combine the Lambda function along with filter, map and reduce. So let's start. So lambda functions. What are lambda functions? Friends, lambda functions are also called as lambda expressions. Now in Python, lambda function is an anonymous function. So what do you mean by anonymous function? A function which does not have any name is called as anonymous function. Second important thing about anonymous function is that generally in Python when you define any function, a function is defined by making use of a keyword def. But for lambda, the def keyword is not used to define. That's why it is called as anonymous function. So the first thing is that it does not have any name. So it is an anonymous. It does not make use of a def keyword to define itself. The second important thing about lambda function is that a lambda function is a single line function or a single liner function. Now what does this mean? This simply means that a lambda function has only one expression, one and only one expression. So this is a constraint on a lambda function, that a lambda function cannot have more than one expression. So if you can solve any task or if you can solve any problem by making use of only one expression, by making use of only one statement, so for that purpose you can make use of a lambda function. Now the lambda function is defined by making use of a keyword lambda. So there is a keyword lambda in Python, and if you want to define a lambda function can accept any number of arguments. So a lambda function can accept any number of arguments. It can return a value, but it does not make use of a return statement. So a lambda function is anonymous. A lambda function is a single liner function. A lambda function can accept multiple arguments, but it can also return a value, but it will not be making use of a return statement. So what is the syntax of a lambda function? For that, as I said, you will be making use of a lambda keyword, lambda space, then the arguments which we want to pass. If you want to pass only one argument, so you will be writing only one argument name. If you want to pass two arguments, then argument 1 comma argument 2, something like this, argument 1 comma argument 2, and so on, comma and so on. So this way you can pass multiple arguments to a lambda function. For example, I am passing only two arguments in this case, colon, and then the expression, a single expression or a single statement which we want to define inside the lambda function. So here you will be having your expression. That's all. So this is a syntax, a very simple syntax of a lambda function definition: lambda keyword space, then the arguments, colon, and then the expression. Now whatever is the outcome of the expression or whatever is the output of the expression, that is returned by this lambda function. Next important thing about a lambda function is that a lambda function can be assigned to a variable. A lambda function can be assigned as an expression to a variable. So that also we'll see. For that, let's start our command prompt. Let's start the Python interpreter, and here take an example that I am assigning a lambda expression to a variable a. So I am writing a equals to lambda, and then I am passing, for example, two arguments, x comma y, and then colon, and my expression. And into this expression, for example, I want the summation of these two arguments or the product of these two arguments. I want to check which one is greater. If the first argument is greater than second argument, then I can return 1. If the first argument is smaller than the second argument, then I can return 0. So likewise, so as per our requirement, we can perform any expression, any operation, but you need to keep in mind that your operation can be solved in a single statement. So very simple example, I am returning the addition of these two partial arguments. Now, if I want to make use of this lambda function, something like I want to call this lambda function, so how I would be calling? I will be making use of this variable name. So this variable name something acts something like a function name now. So a, the variable name, and then the way we call a function, regular function in Python or in any other programming language, parenthesis, then the first argument say 10, and then the second argument say 20. So now it returns at what? 30, which is the addition of the past argument 10 and 20. So this way, a very simple example how the lambda would be working. If I want to check whether the first argument is greater than the second argument, then I can simply write x greater than y. So if x is greater than y, then it would be returning true. If x is not greater than y, then it would be returning false. Let's see. So this is false because the first value 10 is not greater than 20. If I change it, and true because 30, the first argument, is greater than the second argument. So this way you can make use of the lambda function. Now we'll see filter, map, and reduce. Now these three are the important functions in Python. They are directly available. Filter and map, these two functions are built into Python, but to make use of reduce function, you need to import functools package. I repeat, you need to import functools package. For reduce function, you need to import functools. So you will be importing functools to make use of reduce function, but for filter and map, they are built into the Python, so they are directly available. You don't need to import anything for them. Now let's see our code. So we'll be directly jumping to code, and there only we'll see the explanation of filter, map, and reduce, and then we can start with the Python program. So this is a Python code for the lambda with the filter, map, and reduce functions. So here we have a menu driven program. The options for the menu are: the first option is lambda with filter, the second option is lambda with map, the third option is lambda with reduce, and then the last option is quit. So we'll be asking the user for the choice. Then if the choice is 4, then we'll be breaking the infinite loop. If the choice is 1, then it is lambda with filter. So here we have implementation of lambda with filter. Now first let us discuss about what is a filter function. Now as I said, your filter is a library function in Python, one of the built-in functions of Python, and what it does for you, first of all, it accepts two arguments. So the first argument is the function itself, and then the second argument is the list. The first argument to a filter function is a function itself, and the second argument is the list. So basically what the filter would be doing, it is as simple as like this. It will be accepting a list of objects or list of elements, and then it will be applying the parse function on this list of elements, and depending upon the condition, depending upon the constant which has been set into that function, it will be filtering out the required element from the given list. So if I want to filter out something, A very simple example that you have a collection, and from that collection you want to filter out something depending upon the given condition. So for example, if my collection is a list of integer values and I want to filter out only even values from it, so that can be done with the help of a filter function. If you have a collection of say integer values again and you want to filter out only the odd values from it, then you can do so with the help of filter function. Or if you have the set of values and you want to filter out only the prime values out of the given collection, then you can make use of a filter function. So likewise you can filter out anything whatever you require depending upon your requirement, depending upon your application with the help of filter function. Now see here carefully that we are passing a lambda function to this filter function, and a very important constraint or a feature you can say, or a property of a lambda function is that a lambda function is a single line function. So it means that whatever operation, whatever filtering condition constraint you can define using a single expression or using a single statement, that can be easily done by passing the lambda function to a filter function. Okay, so for example in this case if you see carefully, so what we are doing, we are passing two arguments. This is my first argument to the filter function and this is the second argument. So what is this thing, the second argument? The second argument is a list. The second argument is a list. List is a collection of data elements. Now how we are forming this list? I got a list object over here, and then I am asking the user how many elements the user want in the list, and then for those many numbers we are iterating or we are looking for those many numbers using this for loop, and again we are asking those many numbers from the user itself. So from the user, for example, if the user says total 5 elements, so we are asking the values for those 5 elements and that we are appending into our list. So our list is basically a collection of data elements provided by the user. Now, so that list we are passing to the filter function, and then the first argument to the filter function is this lambda function. Now, if you see carefully what we are doing into this lambda function, we are passing one argument, this x, to a lambda function, and then we are checking whether this x is odd or not. So, for that, the simple expression is divide this x by 2 and check the result. If x is not divisible by 2, if x mod 2 is not equals to 0, it simply means that x is odd. If it is 0, it means that x is even. It is as simple as that. So what is going to get done over here? This list is passed to the filter function. A function, a lambda function is passed to a filter function, and in its simplest form, the filter function would take one element from this list. That one element would be passed to this lambda function. The lambda function would return a value true or false depending upon this x. If x is odd, it would return true. If x is even, it would return false. This will be captured by filter function, and accordingly the filter function finally would return us a collection, and that collection would be all the numbers which will be satisfying this condition, and this condition is for odd values. So basically it will be a filter function will be returning us a collection, and that collection will be collection of all odd values, only odd values from this given list. Okay, and then we will be converting that into a list, and that we are taking into our variable or the object odd li, and then we are simply displaying the list of odd elements. Now to check the working of this, let's execute our code and see how does it perform. So my program name is exp502, lambda with filter, the first option, and then how many elements. For example, we want 5 elements, and then the element values, say 1 2 3 4 and then 5. So the list of odd elements from this given list. So this is our given list li, which is over here li, and then from this list the list of odd elements have been created. So our filter function is accepting this list, a list of these 5 values 1 2 3 4 5, and then one element of this list is passed to this lambda function. The lambda function would return true or false depending upon the value, and then finally the filter would return us a collection. That collection will be only the odd values, which is finally converted into list, and then that list is being displayed over here. So this is the list of odd elements. Now likewise, depending upon our condition, depending upon our requirement or condition, we can filter out whatever we want from the given list. For example, if we want say only even values, not the odd values, so simply this not equals to 0 would become equals 0. I won't be changing all this object name, let it be same. Let's see. Lambda with filter, I want 5 elements 1 2 3 4 5. And now if you see here, so we have the list of odd, this is sorry, even element, this is not odd, the list of even elements, and those even elements are 2 and 4. So this is only a change over here, nothing. I could this code and I start it again, filter 5 elements, then 1 2 3 4 5, and then the list of even elements are 2 and 4. So this way you can filter as per your requirements. Okay, so that was about the filter, and the next option or the next function is map. So what map would be doing? The prototype of the map is similar to the prototype of filter. What does it mean? That the map accepts the same type of arguments and the same number of arguments as does the filter. So the first argument to the map is a function, the second argument is a list. What it would be doing, the way the filter was working, how the filter was working, it was accepting a collection, and then the collection is being given to a filter. It is something like a net, and then depending upon the condition set in the filter or set in the net, we were getting the filtered out required data elements. Okay, so we were filtering out all the odd elements, we were filtering out all the even elements. Now in map, what the map would be doing, again it accepts a collection, then that collection is given to a function, and that function would be acting as a map function or a convert function. So the entire collection would be converted into another collection depending upon the condition or depending upon the situation, whatever we have created inside that map function or inside that convert function. So here we are passing a list, this list is passed, and then we have a lambda function. Now what this lambda function is doing, if you can see, so it is accepting a single argument again, and it is squaring that single argument. So it is returning the square of the given argument. It is returning the square of the given argument, x star star 2. So basically what we are doing here, we are accepting a list of elements from the user, we are squaring each and every element of that list. So this is the map function which we are doing on that list, and then we are returning that list. So map would be returning a collection of objects. Those objects would be squared of the given list, and then we are converting it into again a list that we are storing or saving into this object sqrli, that is square of a list. So let's see that also. So I go for the second option, lambda with map, and suppose I want again 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5, list of squared elements. So 1 4 9 16 25. So this is just a simple example. What it is doing, it is squaring every single element of the given list, and then the function is returning us the square of all the elements of the given list. So this is how your lambda with map would be working. So map is basically conversion. So as per our requirement, we can convert or we can map the given list of elements into whatever we want. And if we are making use of lambda function, so you have to be very careful that whatever conversion, whatever mapping you can do in a single statement, in a single expression, that only you can do using lambda function. So the third one is reduce, lambda function with reduce, and that I pass it as an assignment to you people. So you people would be implementing a code for the third option, and as I said, you for reduce you need to import func tools. So you will be importing the func tools, and then you will be using the reduce function the way we are using filter and map, and then you will be displaying or you will be printing the output of the reduce function. Then this code is not documented. You need to properly document it. You need to completely document it. Basically, you need to include the theory part into this code. Theory related to lambda functions, theory related to filter, map, and reduce. And the source for your theory should be python.org, as it is known to you. The code of the link of this code or this program I would be putting into the description of this video. So please see the description. There you will be finding the link for this program. You can take the program from that link. You can modify the program as per the requirement. The third option is to be implemented. Documentation is to be done properly, and then you need to send me the complete code, the complete program on my email ID. So that was all about Lambda with filter, map, and reduce. Your feedback is valuable to us, so please keep giving it. Visit us at aiktc.ac.in, or you can directly contact me at tabriz@aiktc.ac.in. Thank you. Thank you very much.